Welcome to the DATRE Transcripts. 011. DATRE's Answers to Kim. John. We have a question from Kim in Australia. Her question is, how do I shift my consciousness to view other realities? DATRE. That is a very difficult question to answer. We are going to speak to you as we view mass consciousness. Now, we are going to step backward. In order to go forward, that is the only way we can explain it. First of all, most on your planet are unaware of the fact that you have basic operational facilities. Let's put it that way. Now, you have a physical body that is not yours. You claim it is yours. It is only yours to use in this physicality on your planet. In other words, it's made up of the stuff of your planet. Now, you have become familiar with it over great spans of time. The familiarity exists because of your genealogy. You have become so used to it, you pay no attention to it. However, the genealogy that you carry from one generation to another generation is understood as, quote, this is my physical being at the present time, and I operate within it, end quote. There is one of your problems. You operate within it. You do not operate with it. Number 2, you have a brain. Your brain is a recorder, as we have said before. It turns on when you are born. It shuts off when you die. It gathers information. It sorts information. It puts things together. And it has a magnetic attraction to thought. Thought has a magnetic attraction to brain frequencies. That is why you will find many on the planet who will come up with the same idea. These little dandelions with their little seed packets of thought vibrations have a magnetic attraction and will be attracted to that brain that is searching for an answer for a specific question. If you think of all the dandelion puffies floating around and all the individuals on this your planet, you will find that there is much activity at all times. Now, the third and least known of all is your psyche. Your psyche is that very you that is you. The psyche is that which works with you in your sleep time. The psyche works in the dream time to give you an opportunity to select many probable activities. Now, the probable activities are chosen by you with the help of your psyche. Now, in creating your own reality, 99.99% of the individuals upon this planet create their reality from the physical brain. Then, the wondering comes, I wanted this, and I wanted that. I didn't get this, and I didn't get that. That is because in your waking moments, you ignore the psyche and take off on your own, working with your computer, which is the brain. Now you wish to know how to shift into realities. This is going to be a very basic introduction, framework, whatever you wish to call it. Now, as you begin to allow the psyche to come into what you call your physical reality, and your physical brain and physical body allow the psyche to, shall we say, speak to you, you will find that the fight between the physical being and the brain will become less and less. The psyche is that within your own being that tries to hold your hand and show you the way. What lessons are to be learned by what you are experiencing? Functioning from the physical brain and from the physical body, you are in a constant state of battle. Now, as your physical being is allowed its physicality, and by this I mean if you trip and fall down 2 stairs, what is the first thing you do? You cuss the body. There is a reason why your body did that. The body has its own innate intelligence. There are those upon your planet who know that which is called SANPAKU. In other words, they can look at an individual and tell you the exact spot upon your body that you will hit or come in contact with an immovable object in some way. The point on your body that you will hit to heal that particular portion of the body. Not that it means that if you stub your toe, it's going to heal your toe. That isn't it. You have, by hitting your toe against an immovable object, you have rearranged some of the physical structure within your physical body. Instead of cussing the body, which is first thought, say to the body, thank you, I needed that, and go about your merry way. You will feel a comfort within the body because it is doing what it knows to do, and you have thanked it. Now, why, you would say, am I in an automobile crash. I am lying in the hospital. I am all torn up. How much of an adjustment did your body need? How much is that not only bodily adjustment, but mental adjustment? It may be you are going to meet some individual that you would not meet otherwise. Everything is experience. Number 2, that which you call your brain is constantly running at what you would call 90 miles per hour. It does not cease. So you have input, output, input, output. Fine, but you have not learned that the brain is but a computer. And if you have nothing but external input and external output, you are spinning your wheels. It is useless to try to sit in meditation and tell the brain to be quiet because it will not. The more you ask it to be quiet, the more it will spin. But if you change focus, the brain will be happy with learning something new. That's what you do in meditation. Although many are not aware of what you are doing, you are changing your focus from the outside to the inside. Your brain will find that exceedingly fascinating because it is working, shall we say, with something new. Now you have the psyche. That is the you that is writing the script. Get in touch with that psyche, and then you will no longer be fighting through life, because that which is in front of you, you will understand, and will not fight, but understand. What are you doing, and why are you doing it? Now, this has been a long dissertation on that part, but now you are speaking of going into other realities. Going into other realities is a happening that as you become more comfortable with your body, with your brain, and allow the psyche will take you by the hand and will say, "Come travel with me." Now, there are many who try to teach you how to do that. Some of you will benefit from a teacher who is trying to teach you. Others will not be able to understand because they are still working with the physical brain. However, the way to changing and going into another reality is through understanding and knowledge. It does not matter the name of your teacher in the physical. It does not matter the title of a book that you learn from. It is not reading a book. It is not listening to a teacher. It is comprehension. If you do not, within your physical being, comprehend, then it is very difficult to make any movement of any kind. As you begin working with your physical being, working with your brain, and telling it that this is something new to be experienced, that will allow the psyche to work, and you will find a whole new experience. It is not that you tell the physical brain to shift into another reality. It does not work that way. It is not pushing to open up what you call your Kundalini, because in that way you can cause great damage to that which you call your physical being and your brain. When the Kundalini experience is ready to happen, it will happen on its own. Many will do what they call crack the psyche, and what that does is incapacitate an individual for several years. Would it not be better to do what we call allow? Then you can begin to see the psyche at work, and the physical being, and the brain, and the psyche all working together. Now, those who wish to go out into the universe need to know one thing. It is impossible to take your consciousness into the universe, because consciousness does not exist in the universe. Consciousness exists within your reality. Those are the realities of your physical expression, but it does not exist in the universe. When you begin to work as a complete whole unit, you will begin with very small steps that will take you little by little into newer and grander realities. When new realities are experienced, they do not have physical words to express them. You know you have been there. You know you have come back from there. But the physical expression is not there in words. However, the experience is gained, and that is all that is necessary, because you cannot explain it, does not invalidate it. It validates it. If you have an experience in the physical that you can explain in words, you have not touched another reality, because other realities are that much different. And shall we say, as an example, you have 12 realities within the construct of your planet, the physical expression on this planet. We will say you have 12 realities, and the reason you will start with the first one is because that is where your vibration will take you. In other words, the physical vibration of the being, that which you are, will not take you into 12. It won't work because, as we have stated, there are the barriers. Even going into that which is your first and closest reality will be an experience that is unexplainable, until such time that you have dipped in and out of that enough so that you are so familiar with it. Who cares if you can explain it? Because it is up to you. Why do you have to explain a reality to someone else? You will find it is not important, because it is such a grand experience. There again, why do you have to tell somebody else about it? Who cares? It's yours. You've been there, and the thing is, as you get to know the individuals who have had that experience, you will see a change in that individual, because the allowance has been there, the trust has been there, and the faith that everything is going to work out okay. If that's what you want to call it, if those are the words you wish to use, that is fine. The trust comes from the you, the inner being that is you, your physical being that is you. That is where your trust comes from. Trust does not come from someone telling you. If you do XYZ, you will experience XYZ. How do they know you're XYZ, and what difference does it make? It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. You are here to find out who you are. That is why you are on physical expression. That is the most important thing. But if you yell at the body for doing things that are stupid, you can't move. If you yell at your brain because it happens to be running on one thing over and over, who's to blame? No one but you. Take charge of that which is your life. In other words, when your brain gets into a rut and the computer program plays over and over, you say, the computer's got a glitch, so you fix it. Do you take time to fix the glitch in your brain? If it is going over the same thing constantly, then find something else for your brain to think about, because it's not going to stop computing. All you have to do is rearrange the program so it will compute differently. The only way a brain computes differently is through comprehension. Not reading, not listening, comprehending. As you comprehend your perception, and I want comprehend and perception both in capitals because I am yelling. When those two things change, you will change. When you change, everything else changes automatically. You don't have to try to be all these marvelous, wonderful, whizzy-bang wows on your planet. You will do them. You will do them. You do not have to push. But when you read a book, anything that has anything to do with expanding your knowledge of who and what you are, don't read, comprehend. As you comprehend, your perception will change. Guaranteed. There are those that have read material. They have listened to teachers. Do you comprehend what they are telling you? Get deep down inside and say, why did they say that? What is the meaning behind the words? As your perception changes, the reading of a book or the listening of information will change. Guaranteed. When you begin to comprehend a book, you will no longer read the lines where it is written. Comprehension comes between the lines of words in a book. That's where comprehension is. It is not in the words that are written. It is in the space between the lines. Then, when you comprehend, that is where you will read from. Same thing when listening to a teacher. As you listen to a teacher, really listen. You will no longer hear words, but there will be a feeling tone within the physical being. That will change your comprehension of the words you are hearing. When your comprehension is there, your perception changes. You will begin to experience different realities. Until that time, you are still working with the brain. You are still working with the physical body, which you continue to cuss. I know, I see it. I am speaking about mass consciousness. Until you get to the point that the physical being, the physical brain, and the psyche work as one, you will be fighting one or the other continuously. After that, the fight ceases. Your comprehension is there. Your perception is there. And you are able to go on beautiful trips, guaranteed. We thank you for your time. We say good afternoon. We are DATRE.